Was Dawn Woods embarrassed? Did she not believe in her own nonsense? Are these the reasons why she didn't appear on behalf of her son, Darrell Brooks Jr. in the Waukesha Christmas Parade trial? This is Christian Duke. You're watching Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube, sightsoundsflavors.com. If at any point during this video you like it, please smash that like button. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you won't miss a single video. And most important of all, leave a comment down below. Speaking of comments, this was a comment left by a viewer and hopefully a subscriber right here at the Sight Sounds Flavors YouTube channel. Her name is Larissa, and if she gives the okay, in the future, I will leave her full account, channel, whatever social media she wants down below in the description so that you can follow her and show her some love. So it's an interesting comment because I have never thought about that. You know, Dawn is somebody that has like this weird kind of vibe when it comes to the whole Waukesha Christmas Parade trial. And this has become a phenomenon. You know, there are Reddits, there's a Facebook groups about it. Obviously here on YouTube, I'm sure there's an Instagram thing going on, TikTok, you know, there's probably memes galore. So, you know, and this is, nobody is glorifying the crime. We're disgusted by what he did. And I just cannot say that enough times. But there's just something about his utter stupidity and the fact that we live in a wonderful, amazing country where civil rights and a defendant's rights are respected, but not just respected. They're respected to the point that this travesty of a trial was allowed to take place, where he was given so many outs and so much leniency to just do things that just only in America, that we love so much, but only in America could this possibly happen. And it's just become a thing. But Dawn has, you know, some people think of her as an enabler. Some people think of her as a grief-stricken, heartbroken mother. Other people think that, you know, she was just like this almost manipulator to an extent. A lot of people also say, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know, Darrell being a malignant narcissist. What does that make Dawn? You know, her calling in the car stolen as she knew what was happening. There's a lot of there's a lot of levels here. And the fact also that Dawn does not do media. She did that one or two, but there's one in particular that she did with a news station. And then there was that ridiculous appearance that she made via Zoom where she she read A Caged Bird by Maya Angelou, and somehow she said it was about the suffering of the victims, but somehow a lot of people felt like she was making Darrell out to be the victim. And now we've heard from third parties, that she's going around saying that Darrell didn't get a fair trial. So, you know, Dawn's got a very interesting, she's got baggage in all this, you know what I mean? And a lot of people just don't like her. Now, a lot of people, you know, let me say this also. And I think this might be an interesting question because I like to ask questions on the videos. I like you guys to leave comments. I want to know what you think. Larissa actually left a comment like this big, like 3-4 paragraphs. And it's probably going to inspire more than this video, probably a second and a third video, because she also talks about her takes on Dr. Mary Edwards and some other areas of the trial. It's an amazing comment. And I certainly wish that she'll let me put her channel on here. And I hope she makes videos as well, because like I said, it's just a really, really good video. And I don't know why I've got my AirPods on. That's like just driving me insane. But it's very interesting, the possibility that Dawn did not believe in her own nonsense. I love that Larissa put it like that, because, you know, the poem that she read is wrong on so many levels that, you know, non-alcoholic, by the way, this is Ale 8, 100% Kentucky. No, they don't sponsor the show. I wish. I wouldn't even take money. I would just want cases and cases of Ale 8. But it's interesting. I remember I was going to ask you guys to leave a comment. I think I got to put these things on because I think they're actually like, they may be they may be the microphone, because I already started with them. So I may have to put them on. And if it clipped the audio there, I may have to start it again. I don't know. Or not start again, but clip it. Excuse me. Anyway, so let's get back to the story. I I think that I would love to know, you guys, the viewers, who you despise more, Dawn or Dr. Mary Edwards. I would think Dr. Mary Edwards, because to me, what she did was self-promotion, I mean, to the nines. But then Dawn, like I said, Dawn represents like this. Now, the roommate, nobody talks about the roommate. Like, I have not heard anybody talk about the roommate. You know, she knew him a long time ago. She was completely distanced from him. She hadn't seen him in years. You know, so I don't really, to me, she's just like a goof in a way. Like, she, you know, to come on, I mean, she's a goof because look what he's accused of. Look what he did. I don't care how good your friendship was. You know, you're a goof. You know what I mean? To come on there and try to say he's a good guy or whatever. I don't have any ill will. I don't have any ill will towards any of them. But I don't like Dawn and I don't like Dr. Mary Edwards. I don't know which one I like least. I would think Dr. Mary Edwards, because just the possibility that she's not actually his grandmother, the fact that she promoted herself so shamelessly, the fact that she had Dr. Mary above her head, the fact that she had a podcast that probably came out right around the time of the trial. They don't have that many episodes. I just, you know, if I had to say, me personally, I would say Dr. Mary Edwards. But I think, though, a majority of people would probably say they dislike Dawn more than Dr. Mary. You know, that's what I'm saying. Dawn has got a very polarizing, very almost toxic vibe about her. You know what I mean? But to Larissa's point, what if Dawn didn't actually believe in her own nonsense? You know what I mean? What if she went on there and it was a form of acting, you know, to help her son, who, you know, even though he slept in the driveway, even though, you know, they had issues, you know, there's a audio from a police interrogation where Darrell says him and his mom didn't talk for a prolonged period of time and they have issues. You know, it's still his mom. And she probably, I would imagine, this may be another question, maybe for another video, I would imagine Dawn probably carries around a lot of guilt because she probably maybe thinks she could have done things differently. I don't attribute the sins of children to their parents. You know what I mean? If you look at Ted Bundy, I mean, Ted Bundy came from a great family, had a great upbringing, had everything he wanted, and became a serial killer. And he even said, you know, on his one of his, I think his final interview before he went to the electric chair, he said he had everything growing up. It was pornography that ruined him. It wasn't his family. It wasn't his upbringing. He never had a need for anything. He went to the best schools. He was in law school. I mean, he had everything he wanted. But he himself took some wrong turns, and he himself was the only one to blame. But in Darrell's case, though, I'm sure that, you know, and maybe in Bundy's case as well, the parents, even though Bundy was saying that they did nothing wrong, the parents probably still said or thought, you know, they might have done something. I mean, you know, but then again, it goes back to, what if Dawn doesn't feel guilty? I mean, Darrell doesn't feel guilty, but maybe Dawn doesn't feel guilty either, or maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't feel guilty. Maybe she just didn't believe in what she was saying. Or maybe, as Larissa pointed out as well, maybe Dawn was just embarrassed. You know, it's one thing to be on Zoom. You know, one of the few good things about the pandemic, and this thing's just going crazy. I will never make another video with these things in my ear because, like, they're like at 5%, 10%. I don't know if you guys are hearing my audio or not. But the thing is, you know, it's one of the good things that came out of the pandemic was Zoom, especially for legal purposes, because you could, you know, testify, you could do arraignments, you could do motion hours, all that stuff on Zoom. So whether you were at home, at your office, whatever, you didn't have to be physically in the courtroom. So there's a huge difference between Dawn reading a caged bird and spouting off all sorts of nonsense on Zoom as opposed to at the court. You know what I mean? So Larissa's point, I mean, it's a fantastic one. She made two really good points about Dawn. She made some other points about Dr. Mary and some other points on top of that. But I hope that she'll let me share her channel, or at least her account. And if she doesn't have a channel yet, I hope she creates one, because the insights that she pointed out from the video, of the trauma bond video, I believe it was, were just amazing. So, you know, I hope she gets in front of a camera or a phone or whatever, or even if she doesn't want to be on video, if she just does audio. But those are some fantastic insights. I really, really hope she lets me share her account, and hopefully there's a channel on that account. And if not, I hope she considers doing one. And as always, guys, thank you so much, not only for watching, but for leaving comments. The comments are why I do this. You know what I mean? The comments, interacting with you guys, That's what it's all about here at Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube. And I ask you please to check out the new channel, Everything Else channel. A lot of people are asking, how do you get there? And I made it real simple. Just type in everythingelschannel.com and it will take you to the Everything Else channel YouTube page. Subscribe. There's a lot of cool videos on there. A lot of the videos on there are political satire. So, a lot of facetiousness, sarcasm. I love that stuff. Dry humor. A lot of people don't get it, but you might be the one that does. So I really appreciate you watching this video. Larissa, again, thank you for such an amazing comment. Please start YouTubing, vlogging. And if you don't want to do video, if you want to write, then be a blogger and send me your links so that I can promote you on this video and other videos, because your insights, spot on.